everyone, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today we are doing a fall decor or fall refresh 2023. And of course, you know, my favorite store is Home Goods for those who don't know, but I made a few purchases actually. Probably more than I should have, but I started out with a traditional burnt orange, yellows, but I wanted to stay with a more neutral palette. So I came to Home Goods and at home, and as you can see, this is my son. He was not feeling shopping that day. Yeah, so I found him with the rugs. But anyway, once he got in the car, he was okay. I purchased some gummies and he was fine. But anyway, so today was a long day actually, because not only did we try to kill some time, my oldest son had a birthday dinner. And so my youngest son and we went to, of course, Home Goods and at home and did a little shopping. And so before I start any project, I have to start with a clean slate, a clean palette. And so we had a lot of laundry to do, a lot of home chores that we needed to complete. And so we did that first. Yeah. And so my sons, they have a tendency to just throw all of their dirty laundry over the banister, and then they'll come downstairs to sort the laundry. If you have any tips on how you get your sons or daughters or children to sort laundry, please drop that in the comments. I'd love to know. But anyway, I started a few loads of laundry before moving into the kitchen area. And once I got to the kitchen area, I had to clean as well. So we had a lot of things from earlier that day. And as you can see, my countertops were a little bit junky. We do a lot of cooking. We do a lot of baking. And so I wanted to make the kitchen area a little bit more aesthetically pleasing and appealing to the eye. So, yeah, so I had to remove a bunch of items off of the countertops and do a little cleaning so it could be ready for the decor portion. You have to excuse me, I was hungry and I was trying to see if my video was still running. But anyway, your girl was hungry, so. So this is mainly me putting away a lot of pots, utensils, other things. As you can see, I have my dishwash liquid on the counter. Who does that? But anyway, I am going to be decantering some of my items and my products that I use. And I don't know how many of you are old school, but I still enjoy washing dishes by hand, unless we are extremely busy and we've gotten a little bit behind on kitchen chores. I have 3 sons and they are athletic, they are involved, and so we stay on the go. And periodically, I'll be honest, we get behind on kitchen chores. You know, who doesn't? But anyway, I am a hand washing kind of chick. So yeah, I was just trying to get everything washed and wiped down, ready for the countertops and the decor. So I had this porcelain pumpkin, and I also added this, what do you call it? Is it like a fragrance diffuser maybe? I don't know. And I found these inexpensive salt and pepper shakers, and I thought they went well with the colors that I picked. And we just added some dried stems to the vase. And this was very simple, nothing over the top, but just something very simple to add a splash of color. And this is the next day. We were still working. Got kind of late. I got tired, so I went to bed last night. But anyway, the very next day, I was very indecisive, I'll be honest. I felt like I needed a pop of color up against the tiles in the kitchen. And so basically, I was just rearranging a few times just to see what worked. And so I moved to the other corner. Over here is just normally where I will have containers of muffins and Rice Krispie treats or whatever. But anyway, it wasn't aesthetically appealing to the eye. So I purchased this little container to put any kind of muffins or pastries into it. And yeah, so this is my soap dispenser. And the associate at Home Goods, she got me, y'all. I'll be honest with you. I didn't want that soap, but I was like, well, maybe it goes with the decor and the colors that I was going with. So, hey, I bought it. And she was like, it's only $3.99. So anyway, I just used it. I got it and I'm using it. I just put it in the soap dispenser. Yeah, so now we basically have a soap dispenser. I stored my large container of dishwash liquid underneath the cabinets. And later on, I think I'm going to add maybe a few more things to this tray. This tray I found at Home Goods as well. This is a eucalyptus stem. As a floral designer, well, that's one of my trades. I always have stems left over from projects that I've done. And so I just added that along with this other scented diffuser. Here we're just adding some potpourri, and these are not scented. This is my son. He's a big help. But these are not scented, actually. These are some that I've had in storage, and I decided to pull them back out. I felt like they matched the color scheme, so I just pulled them back out, and we put them in this wooden bowl, which sits on the counter as well. Here is my coffee area. Coffee bar, if you should call it. I don't know, but yeah, it's very simple. I saw these gunmetal mugs and I thought they looked great, and so I purchased those as well. In this area, I will say sometimes we just have a bunch of mail that tends to pile up. So moving right along, I headed out to the shed because I wanted to do something a little simple to the front area or the front porch. This is my son and this is Scotch. They were waiting on me. But anyway, this is my middle son. But anyway, the front porch is kind of small. I didn't want to go over the top with it. So I just basically did a little sweeping to kind of clear off any leaves and removed my old wreath that I made for the spring and summer and added this cone-shaped container with just some dry, well, these are not dry, these are actually silk leaves and stems. But yeah, we wanted to keep this rather simple, not to do too much. And I went with the traditional colors because I felt like they would show up a lot more if I used the orange and yellows. Just adding a few fall flowers. So now we are back inside, and as you can see from last night, we had a table full of everything, y'all. It was just a lot. And so now I am getting ready to decorate this breakfast table. And before I start, I need to do some cleaning. So I removed everything from the table, and I noticed that I needed to do more cleaning than I thought. So in order for me to get this like I wanted, I had to clean. So basically, once I removed everything, I just started an intense cleaning. We removed the table, we removed this rug, and actually I'm gonna replace this rug pretty soon. I actually have the rug, I just have not put it down. But yeah, we're gonna replace this rug. But I needed to give the floor a good cleaning because of course this is where we eat, and of course we drop things and what have you. And I don't know how many of you find cleaning therapeutic, but for me, I actually enjoy cleaning. It makes me feel better. It makes me feel a sense of accomplishment. I know that may sound crazy to you, but for me, I really do thoroughly enjoy cleaning. So we were trying to put this table back, and he's such a help. This is my youngest son, and we couldn't get it. So my middle son, he came and he assisted in this process. This is a simple table runner that I found from Home Goods. I love the color, and it was, I think, about $16 or so. It does have tassels, which I wasn't really crazy about. We have a small dog, and he will devour what he can, and I'm afraid that he's going to get these tassels and possibly rip them. But anyway, this tray is one that I've maybe had maybe a year. But this vase is new, which was a purchase from Home Goods. And these candles, which I love. I am a candle freak. I have candles everywhere. And I added some beads. These beads I had, but they were not working for me. I just felt like I needed a contrast of color. So I added these heavier, darker brown beads, which I think work perfectly. These dried wheat, I guess this is a dried wheatgrass. I like the colors. And so I just separated a few and placed them in this vase and gently spreaded them apart because they were very fragile, so I didn't want them to break. And so once that was complete, as you can see, this is another vase that I had some burnt orange stems, and it really wasn't working for me. So I did remove those because, once again, the traditional oranges are not what we're going for. And so I took the remaining stems and put them in the vase, but as you can see, they were not tall enough. So this is a small trick. I went to my shed and I got these stems, or these dried sticks. They actually were for a Christmas arrangement, but I needed to extend the height of these stems. And so I just basically cut them in half, divided my stems, and I got my floral tape and I began to wrap. And as you can see, you wrap them and they give you the height that you need. Basically, this was something that your girl just rigged. But anyway, hey, it worked. And so once I got them, I gently spreaded them apart, just as I did the others. And I was satisfied because it gave me the height that I was looking for. So yeah, it worked. This vase is in the great room area, and I'm not really feeling these. I guess these are like maple leaves. Not really feeling them, so I'll show you this later, but I'm gonna remove those and choose something different. So these pots, I wanted to refresh. I wanted to brighten this area up just a little bit. And so I did purchase 2 pots from At Home, and this was done off screen, of course. And this second brown pot I've had, I'm gonna take this to the garage and repot it and bring it back. And it was heavy, y'all. And I should have got my older son. He was upstairs. I don't know why I didn't call him down. But anyway, your girl is always trying to do something. But anyway, so I did get it on the water tray, so we don't have water all over the floor when it's time for watering. And I will probably, more than likely, put this pot in a different area. I don't like both of them next to each other. I think that we need to break it up a little bit. So later on, I'll probably move this. This is not going to stay. I can pretty much tell you it's not going to stay this way. My youngest son has been so excited to get this guitar out of the case. So basically, my oldest son used to take up, and well, he had, I think when he was younger, he used to take up guitar, and he had lessons, and he kind of fell off from it. And so I was thinking that if I get this back out on display, maybe it'll spark an interest again, maybe. And I will say it has sparked an interest in this little one of mine. He is excited to pluck the strings. I basically hope it does spark an interest in all of my sons, maybe. But I am also using this as decor. So once I got this thing together, and it was only about $9, but once I finally got this together, I was able to get it on this stand. And we just placed it over here in the corner. And again, we're gonna rearrange some things. I don't think any of this is gonna really stay this way, but hey, for right now. So moving right along, we are still in the great room area, and this is a coat closet, and I'm just removing this decor piece. It's been up there for a while, and I'm really not feeling it anymore. But I wanted to hang a wreath on this door just to give it a pop of color. And before I could do that, I had some nails in the wall above this door that were really bothering me. So I had to take them out. And yeah, I dropped one. But yeah, ooh, I caught that one. And so basically, before I hung this wreath, I just had to do that. But anyway, so I don't know how many of you are familiar with command strips. I think they are wonderful. But I will say, trying to remove this so that I could adjust the height of this wreath I caught it. So I was trying to take this off without tearing it up or damaging the door, and I figured it out finally. So anyway, yeah, this wreath was a home goods purchase as well, but I like the pop of color that it added to this area. As you can see, our home is a very neutral home. We don't have a lot of color, but I like it because you can add where needed. And I was just adding a candle here. So this is the finished product. This is the final product. This is the kitchen table. This took a good minute, y'all, I will say. But I am very pleased with how everything turned out. Everything turned out just the way I imagined. I am glad that I rather went with this more of a neutral palette. And this is the pantry door, and I just added another wreath here as well. This is the top of our refrigerator, and I'm okay with this bread box. Really not feeling it, but it'll work for now. So yeah. And this is an opening to our great room area from the kitchen. In this opening, I wanted to balance it off, so I did find some little pieces to go there. But anyway, I hope that you like what we did to the area, to the kitchen. These canisters, y'all, I know I have to fill them up, but I'll get there. But yeah, so these canisters and the olive oil dispenser, and I need to find a cookbook. If you have any great cookbooks for this season, please drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you have for me. But yeah, so I'm really enjoying and really liking the way things turned out. And it was late, and my son, he will fix his lunch for the next day. He was tired. As you can see, he was very enthused about fixing his lunch. But anyway. So I greatly appreciate you all for watching. This is actually the great room area. This was during the daytime. I wanted to get some footage of the area clean and everything in place. And, we have a good bit of natural light. So, yeah, this is the great room. And this is actually our fall decor 2023. I greatly appreciate you watching. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you soon.